Hey guys, today I'm going to go over the Tourney X app and the Fishing Chaos app. These are two apps that are available for you to use if you are fishing a kayak tournament. You can get both of these off your app store on your phone, and both of them are free to use. There's no charge now, and there won't be no charge months from now. This is not one of those you use them a few times and then you got to pay for it. There's no charge for these apps to use. So I have both of these already loaded on my phone. Here's the Tourney X Pro in the bottom left-hand corner, second row up on the right, Fishing Chaos. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to select the Tourney X Pro app. When you open up this app, in order to find a tournament to fish, you take and click on tourney registration, and when you check on that particular spot, it gives you all these tournaments that you see that are available to register for now. Also, there's a spot up at the top that says search for tournament. If you want to look for a tournament in the area that you live in, just put the name of the lake up there. For me, my local tournament here is Lake Lanier, so I'm going to put in Lanier. And when you do that, here a tournament comes up. It shows that this tournament is on August the 9th, and it's on Lake Lanier, and it gives the times that you're going to start. If you click on tourney information, then it's going to show the times that you can leave, which is, it says here, lines out. That's going to be the time that you have to stop fishing at the end of the day. Start time, you have that. And also, when you read further down through here, it's going to show, or matter of fact, here it is right here now. Lines in at 6:30. That means you can start fishing at 6:30. Lines out at 2:30 p.m. There will also be, on a lot of these, there will be a lunch time listed. Lunch time is the time that you can actually leave the dock area. It's not the time that you actually put your boat in the water, which you would think. You can put your boat in the water as soon as you get there if you want to. Lunch time is when you can leave the area of the dock. And lines in is the time that you can actually start fishing. So a lot of tournaments, it says, for instance, lunch at 6 o'clock. That means that will give you 30 minutes to get to the fishing spot before you can start fishing. And that kind of gets you out of the way of any bass boat traffic that might be blasting off right at daylight. But in this here, also, if you're going to look for a tournament like, for instance, if you know what tournament you're looking for, there's one that we're going to have that starts on June, and it's a 3-month-long tournament. It's I-League. So you put in I-League, for instance, if you're searching for the name of a club, and hit the search button. Okay, don't show. Maybe I misspelled that wrong. Let me see. Yes, there is I-League. This is a tournament that is starting in June and it goes through August. If you look down for tourney information, that will show you the same thing it did on the other, the times and all that you can get started fishing. It shows the amount that it's going to cost. This particular tournament will cost $45. Then below that you see where it says tournament rules. You click on that and it shows all the rules you have to go by in order to fish the I-League tournament. It will also show you a list of the lakes. Without going back and counting the lakes, there may be 20 or 25 lakes that you can actually fish in this tournament. And the lakes that you can fish in this tournament is in Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. But any one that you check on, there's going to be different rules. Some of the rules on some of the clubs are the same, but there'll be different rules in some of them. So if you sign up for a different tournament, always read their rules to make sure that you know the rules for that particular tournament. Okay, so once you get signed up for a tournament, another thing about the tournament says too, all the tournaments are not this kind of money, $45 and $70. I fished one this year and I fished one last year that Strike King and Lou's sponsored, and those tournaments costed nothing. And they had a tournament for kayaks, bank fishermen, and gasoline engine tournaments. I was obviously in the kayak tournament, and I'm guessing they might have been 300 or 400 people who signed up for that one. They were going to pay 100 places. I ended up placing number 43. I got a $50 gift certificate that I could use with Strike King or lose, either one. I used that a couple of days ago and bought a rod for $189, and of course with that gift certificate took $50 off of that. So check these tournaments out. Like I say, they ain't all the same cost, and some of them are free. But getting back to logging your fish, once you hit the submit catch button, that will give you the option of choosing the tournament you're going to put it on. And once you click on that, the next thing that it will show you will be a place to put the picture. You click on the submit photo, and then when you hit submit photos, go to the photo that you have on your phone that you have just taken of that fish. The last tournament I fished, here is a fish that I caught in that tournament. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to measure these fish and the things you need to know in order to measure these fish correctly. But anyway, I would click on this fish, and when I clicked on that fish, it would take me back to the Tourney X app, and it would give me a place I could go ahead and hit submit, and it'd go into it. Occasionally, when you get there, some people put them in a live well and don't submit them until later in the day if the tourney you own allows you to do that. But after you submit catch, then if you want to see where you are at on that, you go up and hit standings, and then it would show a list of the fish that has been caught the day that you were fishing. And let me see if I've got one of those in my phone. I may still have one. Excuse me. Yes, here's one. This one right here. When I caught my second fish of this day, it showed me down there in second place, and because I had 35 3/4 inches, the guy in first place, he had 44 3/4 inches. This goes on all day long. Every time you catch a fish, it's going to show you where you're at in the tournament at that time. Which makes it really interesting. You kind of see how you go. Even a lot of people, even if you don't end up winning money in the tournament and you don't place high enough to win the money, it's still interesting just seeing where you stand all during the day. Now, during the day, at the very end of it, about an hour and a half to 2 hours before the tournament is over with, they will cut this board off to where you don't see what other people are catching, only what you are catching, and that leaves a little more suspense. So at the very end of the day, you can go back in there and look at it and see if where you're placing at that time. Now, that's on these tournaments where you have a thing at the end of the day to presentation for your trophies and anything that you may have won. And a lot of these tournaments too, they'll have drawings at the end of it where sponsors have given them things to give away at the drawing. But these are tournaments that you will fish that you actually are on one lake that day, and you have a meetup place. This tournament here that I fished, it was a one-day tournament, so I went to that presentation. Even though I didn't place, I was either 8th or 12th place at the end of the day. But it's a 5-fish limit. I only caught 4 fish. If I had caught that 5th fish, that would put me back in second place. All I needed was a fish was 15 1/4 inches long at least, and I'd have been in second place. In this one particular tournament, if I had caught that other fish that size, I'd have won $600 and something in this tournament. The first place in this particular tournament with 34 anglers in it, I think first place money was around $1,000 or more. So that's something to consider on fishing your tournaments. Let me see what else there is on this app, if there's anything else I need to show you right now. the identifiers. Up at the top where the identifiers is, at the end of the day, right before it's the tournament day, if you hit on identifiers, you select the tournament that you're going to choose, then that's when it will give you that number that you saw on that photo I showed you a few minutes ago on my fish, which is here. The numbers you see on those cards, they'll give you a number that you need to put on your card, and it needs to be in the picture of the fish, with the fish, so they'll know that the tournament you're fishing is that particular tournament. And like I say, I'm going to go over how to measure all these fish and other things concerning the fish and how you need to take the picture on the next video. But I think maybe I have gone over everything that you need to know on the Kayak app and how to use it. Let me take a quick look here and see. That's about it. And one thing about the Kayak app, I guess I should have mentioned too, that every time you catch a fish, it's going to take your smallest fish away and replace it with a bigger fish that you just caught. This is something that the app does, and you don't have to do anything at all except submit the fish, and the app automatically takes away your smallest fish and then adds that fish. And this goes throughout the whole day that you're fishing. And at the end of the day, the 5 fish, if it's a 5 fish limit tournament, your 5 fish is going to be the biggest 5 fish you caught all day long. I hope this helps you, and if you have any questions, you can get back with me. If you are enjoying these videos that I'm putting out, be sure to hit the like button and do the follow button if you want to see more of them. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.